At the Kissing Point Football Club, we're all about positive football for everyone. All members and parents should understand what it takes to create a safe, fair, and inclusive club. At KPFC, we have two MPIOs. The first one is myself. My name's Cullum. I'm a professor at Macquarie Uni. And we have Caitlin Stewart. And you can find our contact details on the KPFC website. Look, we all enjoy playing soccer, but like any social interaction, there can be issues that arise. And what we want to do is solve those issues as soon as we possibly can. Generally speaking, we can solve them just by talking amongst ourselves, but if you do want help, the first person that you would contact at the club is the MPIO, and you would do that sooner rather than later. So the MPIO is the Member Protection Information Officer, and we provide information about the rights and responsibilities and your options when a concern is raised within the club. On the KPFC website, you'll find all sorts of information about our club policies. You can see here our club policies link, and also our issues resolution page. Specifically on the policies page, you'll find information about our code of conduct. There's a section on education, which links to a really cool website, which is run by Play by the Rules. And we have policies about our club vision, the National Members Protection, our bylaws, first aid, photography, privacy, and a secondary link to issues resolution, as well as information about our insurance. Well, what is the Code of Conduct? Well, the Code of Conduct is something that we expect everybody to be aware of and abide by. Effectively, this is what it says. It basically says that we want to ensure that core values, good reputation, and positive behaviours and attitudes are maintained. We ensure that every person involved in the sport is treated with dignity and respect and is safe and protected from abuse. And we provide procedures that support our commitment to eliminating discrimination, harassment, abuse, and other forms of inappropriate behaviour within the context of football. What are some of the common issues that we see? Well, the most, believe it or not, is actually the parents rather than the players yelling and screaming at their kids from the sidelines. What we don't want to see is parents coaching the kids. There's been a number of interviews done of kids, particularly young kids, and it turns out that it makes them stressed and concerned if their parents are yelling at them from the sidelines. But also bear in mind that the instructions that you're yelling at them may actually contradict something the coach has already told them. And the other thing we don't want parents to do is be disrespectful of coaches and other officials, referees, the managers, the team manager, and those sorts of things. We also see some poor behaviour on the field, behaviour unbecoming, as we call it, unduly rough play, some bullying, swearing, and again, disrespecting of officials. This happens from time to time. Most of it is low level and can actually be dealt with on the day by talking directly to your team manager. The other thing that we see increasingly is evidence of cyberbullying, and I think that's because kids these days, of course, are so deeply involved in online communication that the bullying that we used to see face-to-face now, of course, occurs online as well. So we want to make sure that people aren't bullying one another through Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever it is that the students, the players are using. I think early intervention is really the key. We want to nip this in the bud. If you see something that you think is going to potentially cause a problem to the safety or well-being of children, then we need to do something about it. And that's really our top priority, keeping the kids safe. If you see an issue arising, in the first instance, alert the team manager. we can probably address that issue at halftime or after the game or after training, whatever the context may be. And the manager can also, of course, speak to the opposing team manager on the day, or we can deal with it at the level of the club presidents after the fact. If there's a more serious issue then that you probably can't resolve on the spot or immediately yourselves through that process, then raise it through the MPIO as soon as you can. We actually have an issues resolution procedure, which you can access here, but this little map here really provides a summary of how that works. Initially is this self-management process that we've been talking about. If you can't solve it yourself between the club manager, reasonably quickly, then approach the MPIO. Most of our complaints and issues are solved at this level. Very few make it further forward. But look, if you do have serious concerns about child safety or what have you, then of course there are external options as well. The police, Child Protection Services, Anti-Discrimination New South Wales, just to name a few. So that's how the procedures flowchart works. You'll notice that down here at step 3, we actually have complaint officers. KPFC actually has 2 complaint officers, Kate and Rebecca. Both of them are professional mediators and are independent from the KPFC committee. Incidentally, the MPIO are also independent from the KPFC committee. The Plays by the Rules website, as I mentioned, has some really fantastic education and online training sessions and videos about discrimination, harassment, child safety and inclusion. All adult members, particularly coaches and managers, should be familiar with the content of the Play by the Rules website. Now, coaches and management are requested to complete the Play by the Rules Child Protection online course, which only takes about an hour and a half. And of course, committee members must complete additional online courses as well. So look, that's the seriousness done. I hope that people enjoy the season. Soccer is all about having fun. The kids, honestly, they have a great time. So let's ensure that that continues. That's it from me. Thank you.